All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in here. It's 6:40 in the morning. I got up at 6:15 today. I'm heading out to Falcon Lakes to film a video playing from the tips. Today is May 11th, Mother's Day, so I'm getting up before my wife gets up and we go do some lunch with the kids. And the Korn Ferry tour is coming out tomorrow for a Monday qualifier for the tournament that's here in Kansas City this weekend coming up. So anyway, see how I do. Can I qualify for the Korn Ferry tour? Yeah, I'm 54 years old. I won't be able to make it. Plus, I'm not that good of a golfer. So I would say 8, 9 under is what you're going to have to shoot to make it through the Monday qualifier into the tournament. So anyway, it's just a fun video I wanted to do to help spread the mission, keep it relevant, make a fun video. And I haven't played the tips in a while at Falcon Lakes, so it'll be fun to see how I do. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, folks, what a beautiful morning, as you just saw with that pan shot there. All right, hole number 1, par 5, out here at Falcon Lakes. Again, playing from the tips. It's a little dew all over the ground, so let's just have fun, see how I can do. I'll do some cart talks and talk about the job, talk about the foundation, talk about how I'm playing, whatever comes to mind. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Haven't been up this early to play golf in a while, so I'm excited to get out here and see if I can qualify for the Korn Ferry tour. All right. All right, folks, I got the new DJI Osmo Pocket camera, so see how it goes setting this up properly here. That's gonna play, especially from the tips. So not bad having no warm up. Not too upset about it, even though Korn Ferry guys would be probably 50 yards by me or more. All right, and we're off. Little fadey tee-ball here. No warm-up. I didn't feel like getting up that early and coming down here and hitting range balls for this video, but it's in play. It's gonna be in the wet, thick rough, because they're letting the rough grow, getting ready for these boys coming in. So we'll see how I do. I'm probably gonna be about 250 out, so I might have to lay up here. All right, there's where she ended up. Just got the layup, put it back in the fairway. All right, I'm 261 out. These trees shouldn't be a problem. I got an 8 iron. Let's try to get it up there about 160 yards. She's in play. All right, I know what you're thinking. How's this guy would ever qualify for the Korn Ferry tour? Again, this is a fun video, just to see how I do. Playing from the same tees. It's not gonna be the same pin placements, but the same similar conditions as far as the weather is concerned, the rough is concerned. And I'm not loose yet. No, I wouldn't qualify anyway, but again, we're gonna see how I do compared to the people trying to qualify. I'll show you at the end of this video what the qualifying scores were, as well as what the rest of the scores were, the people that came out and tried to qualify. So I luckily didn't hit it in the gunch, the thicker stuff that they got mown down anyway, so. All right, survived that, even though it's not too bad right now. They don't have it grown up yet, but let's zoom in just a little. It only goes 2 times with this camera, but that pin's right in the middle. All right, we're 125 out. See if I can get this 50 degree to the front of the green at least. I didn't hit that one either. Chunky. All right, maybe I should have came out hitting some range balls. I'll get the feel eventually. All right, see if I get up and down. All right, folks, I don't know what happened. As you can see with this little clip, I thought I had the camera set up and recording towards my chip and my putt, and this is the result. So I got up and down from the front of the green there. I was a few yards short of the green from that chunky approach shot. You guys have heard me talk about it on other videos for the people that have tuned in, but if not, I'm a one-man show out here when I'm filming, trying to have this equipment and pick up my clubs and my towel, especially this morning when it's wet. Put my clubs back in my bag. It's a thing. It's a task. So, having said that, you know, I love doing it. I'm trying to get a mission across to the world and to my firefighter and first responder brother and sisters that mental health issues, PTSD, is a real thing. And when I film these things by myself, I know I have a lot of time to talk, especially coming out early this morning. I have a lot of time to just take my time. I'm not worried about my playing partners, whether the camera's in their way, having to move it. You know, a lot of my friends, when I'm filming, they help me, but at the same time, I just feel like I'm getting in their way. So, all right, hole number 2. That's what we got. All right, folks, I have the PXG secret weapon in my hand. This is the first time I'm hitting it ever. As far as I just got it. I've hit it obviously when I got fit, but first time on camera, the mini driver secret weapon. I didn't hit it great, but she's running. Probably about 160 out. When I got fit with this, it was going 230, 240 on average in the air. Again, I'm not loose. I didn't catch that one. Hey, and the wetness on the ground, it's not rolling out for me. If I was to have a goal today, to tell you the best I've shot from the tips out here at Falcon Lakes is 1 over. I mainly play from the blue tees as a 54-year-old senior golfer now. Don't hit it as far. You're going to see that I'm 178 out. I didn't hit that one great. Only hit it maybe 230. But anyway, no warm-ups as well. So my goal is to try to see if I can shoot even par today. This pin is in the back. You're not going to be able to see it on this Osmo camera because I can't zoom in but 2 times. So anyway, pin's in the back, middle of the green. So I'm going to try to hit a 168-yard shot. All right, I'm going to go with the 8-iron, try to get to the front middle. Finally, a good strike, folks. All right, middle. All right, got it to the middle of the green like I wanted. Wasn't going to mess with this back pin. Man, it's a beautiful morning. Look at that wind barely moving the flag. Let's see. I got to find out where they have the paint marks, where the pin placement's going to be tomorrow. If I find one, I'll show you one. I mean, I think the greens are definitely faster than they have been. They're, like I said, they were getting them ready for this qualifier. Got this slope I need to climb. They're not that fast. Oh, Lordy. All right, folks, this has this left to right break. I'm gonna play left edge. All right, I gotta get my putting feel down. I can make excuses, golfers are about that, kind of like, it just makes us feel better, I guess. I heard Wesley Bryan talk about it the other day on a video I watched with him and George, and I don't know, makes you feel a little better about any type of mistake you make. So anyway, on to hole 3, even par. This one's gonna be about 115 yards today. All right, here's what we got on this one. Pins front right. I didn't bring my laser up, but it's 128 to the middle. So let's minus about 10. Yeah, I'm gonna say 115. Aim a little left, see if I can fade it in there a little bit. Nope, I went more right at it. I'll take that mistake. All right, folks, I think that was the gravitational pull of the pin. And when I look back when I'm editing, whether I was aimed far enough left or not, but because my tendency, and I think the tendency for most amateurs, is we aim right. And when we look up, we think we're aimed right on line. Nope. So anyway, I got a birdie putt. Let's see if I can knock her in. All right, folks, make comments below. What's your favorite part of the game of golf? For me, if I can give a couple, it's, I mean, this early in the morning out here in nature, how gorgeous it is this morning. That's one. If we can tie them in together, it's just what this channel is about the mental health, and what this game, for me, trying to figure out your swing, trying to, you know, if you're lined up like I just talked about properly, it's just the mental gymnastics that the game plays with you. So those are two of my favorite things about it. Make comments below. Let's see if we can make this birdie putt. Let's go. All right, I thought I had too much club using the 50, but I got a birdie putt. This is gonna be a tough downhiller. Yeah, where I'm walking, I'm gonna have to play it all the way like that. My hope today is that I don't go to the blue tee boxes on accident. All right, this is just a lag putt. If she trickles in the hole, then hey, that's a bonus. I felt like I didn't even hit it hard enough to get it to there. So picking up a lot of sand. Make sure it's off the putter face. It's some debris there. All right, even after 3, I'll take that. I'll take that even if I'm playing from the blues, from the blue-white combo. Number 2s usually gives me fits. Just something about that narrow driving hole. That's what a lot of these holes today are gonna do visually, is because I don't usually play from the tips. Hole number 4 coming up is one of those, because it has that prairie grass that grows up and doesn't let you really see the hole properly. But the good thing about playing the tips that I find is, like, the bunkering doesn't come into play as much. I can't get to it. So that's the good thing about getting older. But playing from the tips, I have longer shots in. So on to hole 4. All right, here's hole 4 I was talking about. It's this prairie grass. visually, you know, it's just different than the blue tees I normally play from. So it's like 420 yards. Just got to draw it off that bunker you see down there. And the good thing going towards that bunker is I shouldn't be able to get to it. I mean, the wind is helping today. It's a little out of the north for now. I couldn't tell if it stayed in the fairway or not. It looks like it might have, or it might have just trickled into the rough right next to the bunker. So anyway, I hit a good one finally. I want to give a shout out to Mitch and his superintendent staff getting this course, not only just for the Korn Ferry event coming in, the qualifier, but this course is always in top-notch shape. So if you're in the Kansas City metro area and you're looking to come out and play a public course that's in good shape always, then yeah, come out to Falcon Lakes. All right, here's what I got. Not too bad. There is some rough between the ball and my club face going to be, and then the bad thing is where this pin placement's at, just on the left side of the green near that bunker. So I'm just going to play right of it and play for the par here now, since I won't be able to control the spin as much. All right, my concern is catching a flyer. It's downhill, 135-ish, 137 probably where the ball is at. I have the pitching wedge. It's going to choke on it a little bit. Swing normal, but hopefully that choke takes some off of it. Yeah, playing away from it. Get to the green. All right, it trundled on. It trundled on. It's gonna be a long putt. If I can luckily two putt this longer putt, then I'll be extremely happy. I wasn't comfortable with that. That's golf, man. Got to try to figure it out on the fly. It's kind of like firefighting. You got to adapt and overcome, because, you know, fire is a science, but you can't predict it all the time. Construction, the materials inside burning, you can try to calculate what's going to happen, but yeah, you got to adapt and overcome. All right, there's my yellow ball for this long birdie putt, if you even want to call it that. Man, I love the shadowing in the mornings, the shadowing in the evenings. That's my favorite time to play. Make comments below what's your favorite time to play. Mine's in the evening. All right, I want to come up here. All right, see if I can pace it. All right, a little dew on this one, so shit, I don't know how it's gonna affect it. Look at that dude trying to grab it now, but hey, that might have Velcroed it for me. Help me. All right, I'll take that. Even though there'll probably be some Korn Ferry Tour guys about 3 under by now, after 4. I can only worry about my skill level. So I saw the other day, someone mentioned about, I think it was because the Dave Portney with the Barstool Sports Internet Invitational. I've sent stuff, friends of mine have sent stuff to try to get me in that. You know, it's another way to help grow the mission through their platform. But they mentioned about putting like 10 amateur golfers in a reality type show where they practice for 6 months with instruction, and then they have a tournament to see who comes out the victor. I think that's a cool concept. I know for me, if I could put more time into practice and someone keep an eye on me, right now I'm a 1.8, I think. But that's out here at this course. I went to play another course the other day, and I shot from the tips because we were playing in a match. I normally play from the blue or the blue-white combo, depending if we have first responders coming out. And I I think I shot, I don't know, I ended up with an 80. I was 4 over going into like 15, I think. So, you know, I was holding my own on a course that I don't play all the time, even though I have played it before. So, all right, hole 5. It's a par 5. It's going to be a 3-shotter for me. So, all right, this isn't too bad of a view compared to the blue tees. That'll work. Felt like I was more stuck. Maybe I wasn't. I did save it well enough, but it's in play. Hey, that's half the battle in this game. All right, folks. Good thing about filming out here by myself, no one pushing from behind. My buddies aren't with me, as I don't have to worry about going fast. So, you know, I'm more relaxed today when I'm filming right now, and it also allows me time to share this real talk with you about my profession and what this mission's about. So, over the last, I'd say, month now, have ran 2. I really don't know how to describe it. 2 bad calls, if you want to call it that. Calls that things you don't like to see. A car wreck, caught on fire, and the person inside, you know, burned to death. And it was a 21-year-old young man. And then at the high school that I used to coach golf at, we ran a high school kid in cardiac arrest, and unfortunately didn't make it. So I have a 12-year-old son. We all have kids out there, but in our profession, especially when it's kids, it files away differently. It becomes that allostatic load. These 2 calls are something I still think about. We've had our debriefing on it, and that went really well. We were able to talk and get things off our chest. So if you are a first responder seeing this, please embrace the peer support debriefings. They're very valuable, and I will always push that for somebody, as well as going and seeing a first responder therapist, but also talking to your peers, the fellowship that you can get from it. So anyway, thanks for listening, and here we are, 2nd shot on hole 5. All right, these boys are going to have to keep it in the fairway tomorrow. Probably going to lay up with like a 9 or 8 iron here. I'm 308 out. Those boys will be 50 yards ahead of me and probably trying to get on this green with a hybrid or 3-wood. All right, laying up with an 8. No shot tracer on that one. All right, dum-dum. That's me. If you didn't know, see, right here. I need to take practice swings before. I rarely do, because again, it goes back to when I'm filming and playing with the fellas, I rarely take practice swings. But if this was a wind cheater type layup, it was perfect, because it burnt some worms. Still gonna be a long ways out, probably 170, but hey, there's green to work with for this pin placement. All right, folks, 197 to this pin. To clear those bunkers right in front of the green, it's about 181. I'm gonna have to catch this 7-iron great to clear that, but it's downwind. downhill, this lie is gonna de-loft this. So hopefully I can clear that and just be happy with a 2-putt again. Ah, Yankee. I think it would have cleared it. The good thing is I have a lot of green to work with. All right, as I meander up here, I think that ball would have got to the front of the green, but I'm gonna have to throw it about right here. It's got to take that slope there. Well, I hope you guys can see me over here. All right, pace. That's pretty good, folks. I'll take that. I got an uphill right to lefter. Just needed to throw it more here, but give myself a chance at the par. All right, folks, as you have already seen through the first 5 holes now, my proximity to the hole for a birdie putt has not been good today. I'm fighting just for the pars. So unless that gets better, then we'll just see where this round goes. All right, the dew's starting to burn off on the greens a little bit. All right, what an up and down there. Woo! I'll take that. For sure. All right, even par through 5. Can't ask for really any more. I said it after hole 3, I think, for someone at my skill level. You'll see how I'm spraying it over the place, all over the place. But for anybody that comes across this video, amateur or pro, make a comment. I don't care. It's about helping to grow the game. Short game is key to lowering your handicap, lowering your scores. Yeah, you got to keep it in play off the tee. That's important. But when you're not hitting the greens in regulation, you got to be able to get up and down and limit your strokes, no matter what ability you are. It's what I always would try to tell my high school kids that I coached. This is the most important part of the game. Yeah, it's the most boring too, but it's a practice. But you got to do it. All right, hole 6. This is my favorite visually hole on the course. Architecture-wise, I love it. So I hit a good drive here. This pin is accessible, so maybe I'll have a good look at birdie on this one. All right. See if I can give myself a good birdie look here. All right, 140 yards out to this pin. I'm gonna laser it. But I hit it 266, as you can see there. And that's 24 yards difference from the blue tees. There's, I guess if you can compare my age and my skill level as far as hitting the ball further. Age has a factor to do with that, but also skill level. Yeah, these guys trying to qualify are probably gonna be about 40 yards ahead of me, because Jordan, our pro here, who is gonna try to qualify, when we played in our Kansas City Cup match against another course, he was 40 yards ahead of me on my best drive. So there's the difference. They're gonna have 100 yards in, and I'm gonna have 140 on a good drive. So, all right, but the thing is, if I can get this one close, I can get a birdie just like they can. Or even if you make a little longer putt, 20, 30 feet, it is what it is. It goes in the hole. There's no pictures on the scorecard. Got 136 to the pin. I got a pitching wedge. Gonna have to catch it good. Come on, Win. Keep taking it left. They hit it good. Okay. Now the proximity to the hole, it's probably a 30-footer. I'll step it off, but yeah, pitching wedge, I probably should be a little, but it was a good distance. And you know, with every swing, with every putt, with every, let's just say shot, you can gather intel off guys you're playing with, what their ball did, as long as they don't skull across the green or hit a putt too hard or too soft. But you get what I'm putting down. You know, I'm starting to loosen up without having any warm-ups and gathering intel on my swing. That swing felt good. I was able to compress a pitching wedge from 136. And as you'll see here, it probably flew 138. So intel, feeling of your game, of your swing, how you're playing that day. All right, not a bad look. A little downhill, right to left, in the hole, just like that. Tappity tap. Oh man! Oh, I was loving the way it was tracking. All right, if you make those type of putts, it's like stealing a birdie. With that much break involved, it's just about really lagging it down there and getting your stress-free par. All right, this hole from this distance, yeah, it's a nice look up here on this higher tee box, but boy, it's into the wind today. All right, yeah, this hole 12, I haven't discussed, you know, the holes that are gonna kind of give fits today from the tips, but I came through on this drive, so I'm gonna have a long shot in, but it's a dog leg right, so cut some of the distance off, and then same thing with hole 12, probably playing about 430, 440, and right now the wind's helping, but by the time I get back there, the southern wind might turn around. So I'm in the fairway. That's a good thing on this shot coming into this green, because it's got a tier on the back, but it's a white pin placement today, so it's in the middle. And then I'll touch on it when we get to the next hole, is about the par threes, the rest of the par threes, because number 3 wasn't that long, but it's a well-designed par 3. It's got a good break today, getting it with the front pin placement. So, all right, looks like 183. Middle front of the screen, that's all I'm looking for. All right, it's 183 to this pin, into the wind. I got a 6-iron here. Not sure how well I got it. I can't see that far with the glare of the sun. 6-iron turned out really well. This is my best look at birdie yet today. So it's gonna have right to left breaker and downhill. So I gotta be careful. It can run away from me. And when I say best look, it's the closest proximity. But there's times where, you know, I've been close proximity and can't make a putt all day. And then like the other day from the blue tees, I made a bomb eagle on 5. I made another long putt, and it's like, you just have those days sometimes. It's like when you get up and down a lot, you feel good about yourself. And then when you still shoot the same score, but you can't make a putt, you're like, oh shit, you feel like you didn't play as well. Ah, man. Oh, I'm giving her looks. All right, something I want to touch base on these par threes here is this is where, you know, those guys that are really good at the game gonna have one or two clubs each shorter than me. And these next three par threes that you're gonna see are gonna be about 180 plus up to 200 yards. And this one, I'm gonna laser it here and tell you the yardage, but probably gonna be playing, shoot, we're talking probably 190 to this pin. But I did hit a good 6-iron on the last hole, 7th hole, and see if we can get this on the green and 2-putt. All right, folks, I got 199. And like I mentioned, the wind's starting to shift now. And it's helping up above these trees. Right now I have the 5-iron. I'm thinking about maybe going to the 6 since it's downhill, down, a little downhill and downwind. All right, just off the back left of the green. All right, it looks like the 6-iron was the club. Went after a little bit. If I could have started a little more right, but again, my tendency is to pull down and face, yeah, whole thing. It's got to work on it, right? Like I talked about earlier. I wanted to work on my game, get lessons more instead of just come out and playing. But I really enjoy just coming out and playing with the first responders that the foundation brings out, and you know, I try to get better. Every now and then I'll work on some stuff, but anyway. This is not in a bad spot to get up and down, just off the back of the green. So I'm pleased with that. And also, if you could see me carrying all my clubs and the camera equipment and the laser, it's like picture your wife coming in or your girlfriend with all the groceries on one trip. So that's kind of what it looks like. All right, I'm taking my 58 and my 54 over with me. Let me fix my ball mark. All right, this lie's not too bad, just off the edge of the green, so that's good. Sometimes you can get gnarly ones, as you guys probably all know. All right, right now I got the 58, so I might go to the 54. Let it run a little bit. Just assess the lie first. I like the 58. Not where I wanted to leave it. This is gonna be a touchy putt. Touchy, touchy, touchy. All right, folks, this is a tappity tap because I saw my coaching friend Doug. He comes out, works, and sets pins on the weekends. This is not a good one. I'm gonna have to talk to him about this one. This one looks like it could run off the green. This is just putt with my head cover on. Look at that. That's not a good pin placement, Doug. It's right there on the slope. But again, I haven't seen where the Korn Ferry one's gonna be. Now, I guess if I left that chip right here, I'd be okay with it, right? As you saw there, I had no chance stopping that ball. I putt one more off camera real quick. There's a guy coming up behind me, and I felt like I hit it softer and it went even further past. So that's on Doug. That pin placement is on Doug. But at the same time, I shouldn't have chipped it that far by the hole. So anyway, on to hole number 9. I'm 1 over. I got to get it the stroke back. Let's see if we can do it right here. All right, this tee box right here is not much different than the normal blue. As you can see, it's only, if you can see that far right, I don't know if you can because I had to put this camera way back there. It's only about 1.5 yards in front of us, so I'm used to this distance. I'll catch that right side of the fairway. I should be good. Yep, bouncing good. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. It's gonna be a full 18-hole video. I rarely put them out like that because I don't film that much when I'm a one-man crew. It gets a little daunting, plus I do the editing, which I enjoy, all of it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy when I'm editing, seeing the footage, and one, I can critique my swing. I can have fun listening to banter if we have a match that we were doing with the fellas. So yeah, it's a thing. If I had my own camera crew, getting different angles, they doing the editing, I just don't make enough money on this channel to do that. And maybe in the future, then we can get more first responders on the channel, have more matches like city versus city, department versus department, whatever, police versus fire, more of that where, you know, there's going to be good fun banter between the cops and firemen and them calling us basement savers and us calling them donut eaters. And anyway, 136 yards in, pins up front. This is a gettable. Let's get that stroke back right here. All right, 136 of this pin. It's kind of in and to the left. I'm going to go with the pitching wedge again because it's going to de-loft this pitching wedge a degree or two. And the 9-iron is going to be too much. I didn't catch it great. Don't spin too far down the hill. All right, I can par from there. Possibly could have been the 9-iron. Everything wasn't synced up on that swing, and I didn't compress the pitching wedge. Came about, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards short of the green, but it's in a spot where I can get up and down. That was my fear with the 9, it was being above the hole. And again, that last pin placement, I was scared. So this is a better spot for me to be. I'll be able to put spin on it to hopefully not throw it too far past the hole. All right, landed about in here. Yep, picture it going in, picture it going in. I'll take it. I will take it. At the end of 9 holes here at the Falcon Lakes Korn Ferry Monday qualifier, even though this is Sunday Mother's Day, I'm playing the same tees they'll be playing from, not the same pin placements. Just seeing how I do against the field. See where I finish. I know it's not the same day, same conditions. It is what it is. It's kind of like what, you know, Brian Bros and Grant Horvat are doing with their majors cut. This is about all I can do. You know, I still have a full-time job. I know Wesley does too, but not right now, right? With PGA Tour being suspended. But anyway, this is my way of having a fun video like that and see where I fall in the field. Because first of all, I know I would never qualify. I'm 54 years old and I am not as good as those guys. It's just that simple. But I'm having fun. 1 over. I'll take that. I've been playing pretty decent lately. So looking forward to seeing what I can do on this back 9. Because there's going to be 2 or 3 of these holes that are about the same yardage that I'm used to from the blue tees. They're not that much different than the black. So, and number 10 coming up here now is one of those holes. So all right, still a little downwind here. Also, make comments below whether you like, you know, the cart talks, the cart cam here, whether you want me to give insight about my profession as a firefighter, calls that I've ran, calls that stick with me, golf, life, whatever, man. This is about my golf journey. This is about life. This is about mental health. This is about all of us when it comes down to it. And I'm not afraid to talk and be vulnerable anymore. That tough guy mentality of the fire service of you don't talk about the calls when you get back. We do now. We talk about it. Even if it's not something that you get rid of right away, you know you can always go back and talk to someone that you ran that call with and have a serious one-on-one conversation or another crew conversation. That's what it's about in the fire service now. Police department, you guys I know have peer support here in Kansas City, Kansas. And after a critical incident, you guys talk about things and get it going in the right direction mentally. Because when you hold all this stuff in, it becomes a load. Allostatic load is a real thing. Never thought it was, didn't know what the fuck it was until, you know, I did. And I'm glad I did find out about it. So anyway, love y'all. On to my approach shot here on number 10. All right, this is an uphill shot. That's what we got there, zooming in a little bit for you. I'm gonna hit the 50 degree because this wind's gonna take it, and hopefully it spins back to the pin when it goes by it. We'll see when we get up there. It struck well. I left myself a little tickler downhill putt here. Man, I thought 120 yards, but again, like I said, the downwind. Downhill tickler. Tappity tap happy. Tappity tap. All right, let's sneak one in here. Let's steal one. Again, a stress-free par tap in, as Wesley and George say, they're good. All right, and we got a long drive to the next tee box, so you're gonna get me talking to you. I love golf course architecture. Jay Morrish, his company, designed this course. It's got some, you know, great par threes in my opinion. So when I don't know if you guys remember the Lynx golf game. It was for computer systems and you could design golf courses on it. It was an in-depth like CAD program that was, man, I had to watch tutorials to learn about how to do it. But I entered this design contest and I finished third at first, and then someone got DQ'd for being from out of the country or something, and it was only for US citizens. Long story short, I ended up finishing second, which got me to go visit Dr. Michael Hurdson in Columbus, Ohio. And he took me around his office, showed me golf course design. He took me out to a course that he was currently designing. I think it's in Dublin, Ohio, right there in Columbus. And we got to play with hickory sticks because he's part of that society. And that was a cool experience, playing with hickory sticks. And we got to use modern balls, but that was fun. And so I just love golf course architecture and envisioning things. I know there's probably a lot of people out there that when you drive by a piece of land, you're going, man, I can see a golf hole there. And if you haven't heard me talk before, man, my wife's parents own land in western Kansas that's sand, that part of it's sand hills. And if I could get some backing, man, we could build a resort there just like Bandon Dunes, because it's the perfect soil for fast, firm golf, just like Bandon Dunes, Sand Valley, all that, man. It's just, you can make it a hunting club as well during the off season of golf. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. So this hole, it's gonna have to play it straight out towards that house with the tree right in front of it, if you guys can even see that. Because I can't carry these bunkers like the actual guy trying to qualify will be able to. So just playing it straight out into the fairway, probably about 140 out, hopefully. Just like that. Yeah, right next to the post maybe. All right, something I'm starting to notice now that let's see what time it is, 9:02. I started right around 7:10 maybe, 7:15. The dew off the ground is starting to, sunshine's taking it away. And so my distances, excuse me, I can't even speak English. I bit my tongue the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and it's still tender to talk, but I stutter anyway on the films, fumble on my words, but my swing's feeling better. So I'm excited to see what I can shoot on this backside. So 2 good drives in a row there. Hopefully I can have another good approach shot here. This is black pin placement as I'm seeing. But yeah, I got to make some adjustments is what I'm getting at, is as the day goes, whether it's wind, whether it's like I'm talking about, it's warming up so the ball's traveling a little further, or the dew on the ground's gone. Yeah, that's what I love about this game, is just trying to overcome those factors. All right, let's see how I can do here. Showing 126 to this pin. And if I click the button here, 120 to cover the bunker and the fringe. So let's see what the wind conditions are. All right, I'm gonna go with the pitching, or not the pitching wedge, with the 50 degree, because the wind's helping. Wind's helping. I should be able to get it back to this pin. We'll see. All right, here's what I got coming down to the pin here, folks. All right, it's downhill early on. And it's a left to righter, it looks like. Man, I'm scaring the edges. One of them's gonna fall eventually. Well, the good thing is I saw this one come back by. Again, proximity to the hole for me to make birdie today has not been very good. The guys that'll be playing today, or tomorrow I should say, are gonna have, you know, I had a wedge in on that one. I had a wedge in the last 2 and I couldn't put it close enough. There's the difference in my game and theirs, as you're gonna see when I show you what the winning score was. And to give you an example, the Kansas Amateur was here last year, the whole tournament, and one of the qualifying rounds, a guy shot 10 under. I think he's down at Wichita State now. But yeah, 10 under from the tips here. All right, folks, this is the hole I was talking about. The wind's that way. A little wipey, but she's in play. I think she might be in the rough. Comment below that even though I know this golf course very well, my home course, when you play from a tee box that gives you a different visual it's like a new course. I was not 100% comfortable over that swing from this tee box. So yeah, make comment below your home course or whether you go play a new course. It's like, yeah, your swings are a little tentative because you don't trust what you're seeing, or it's a whole thing with this game. I love it. All right, I'm probably gonna have like 230 in on this one. It's in the rough, so hopefully I got a decent lie. All right, that's what I got, 230. Out of the rough here. Just have to punch a hybrid out of that. Get up there as far as I can. All right, this is just hack it out, and hopefully it trundles a lot. Into the wind, too. Oh, why don't you just pop up? Go down and get it, dum-dum. Gosh. Well, welcome to the candy corn tour after seeing that shot. All right, I'm still gonna fight for par, man. Gonna be about 100 and I don't know, 50 out, pins up front. But yeah, the candy corn qualifier right here. That's what we should start up. Foundation should do something like that. All right, yeah, 155. Ah. Now I'm really fighting. I got to fight for bogey here. All right, this is not where I wanted to leave this. Short-sided pin. Oh, man. All right, fight, fight, fight. It's a good lie. Yes. That, man, I'm telling you what, that lie over there was lovely for that shot. Wow. I'll fix that little ball indentation up there. I even surprised myself on that one. All right, folks. Construction ahead. So I got a bad break on 4 where it ended up barely in the rough, had a clump of grass kind of hanging over the ball. So the breaks in this game, that's what I'm talking about. I got a wonderful break there, but this ball was sitting up like on a grass tee, and I could open the face up, and as you saw, it had a little bit of enough spin to where it didn't have the top spin rollout coming out of the rough as much. So yeah, I'll take that break. That turns that into just a bogey. And really, with my age, as far as I hit the ball, yeah, I could have hit a better drive and probably would have been 200 out, but I didn't. And that's the difference between, you know, my skill level and the guys that are going to be trying to qualify. But I bet you this, I will beat someone in this field. Because there'll be guys coming out just trying to see if they can do it. I don't know why. I think it's like $500 or so to get in, but that's the goal, is see if I can beat someone that's playing in the qualifier, as well as the score I mentioned to you, trying to shoot 70. I still have a chance, par 5 here. Something I want to share with you. So back there, they have the Greenskeeper Revenge. A lot of courses have those. They get a trailer and they put some turf on it, and they tee off back there, probably about 30 or 40 yards back, for Mitch's Mayhem's tournament. He's the head superintendent out here. All right, good drive here today. I'll be able to have a chance to get there in 2. I might be in the left rough, but it's hit well. Yep, it's in left rough. So, all right, so I wasn't that far behind my normal blue tees, 5 yards maybe. And thing with this hole is everything cambers to the left, and that's where the water will run. And so the rough, I'm probably not going to have a good lie over here to even use the hybrid to go for this green in 2, but we will see. But yeah, the battle here is it's in play, and I'm in a par 5, so giving myself a chance. Whereas when I topped the ball on 5, didn't even give myself a good chance. I had to hit like I ended up with the 7, and I would have got on the green, I think. But man, you want to have those wedges in the greens. All right, let's see where we're at. See if we can go for this. All right, folks, it's not that bad of a lie. I'm going to use the hybrid out of that. Here's what I got coming in. It's the best I can zoom in for you. I don't think I'm going to get there, but you never know. It could run. Nope. I didn't catch it great, but it's in a good spot. All right, I didn't strike it great, but it's in play. It might have made it to the left rough, but it's still a good look where this pin's at to make a good pitch shot to hopefully have my closest birdie attempt on the day. Or hopefully it's just a tap in. Let's do that. Yep, left rough. That's what I got. Not a bad lie. Get up there for the tap in. It's going to be close to a tap in. All right, there's what I got left for the birdie. Not quite a tap in. It's got a little meat on it. Gonna leave my glove on. Woo! All right, finally cashing in on one of these par 5s. Especially I should have done it on number 1, but you know, you're not loose yet. Like I said, I just came out raw dogging it. But I'm getting loose now. Let's see if we can get this back to par. This next hole, number 14, is going to be a bear into the wind, and it's up the hill. But it's a downhill tee shot for the most part. So a good drive is a must in the fairway. In the fairway. Speaking it to fruition, just like I did, pitching that ball into a tap-in, almost tap-in distance. So again, positive thoughts bring positive shots, right? All right, here we go. Up the hill. I think it's a back pin. Man, it's all I got today, folks. It's a beautiful view from here, though. I'll say that. That's not a good drive. If it was car path only, it'd be great. It's in play, though. Ah. God dang it. All right, not too bad a lie. Got about 200 on the cart, it's saying. I got a 5-iron. Try to get to the front of this green. Or get back there. Get back there for me. It's gonna release for me. Yes. Yes. Now my game's slowly coming around a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Shit. All right, let's go. As I got over that ball, I could see that it was up a little bit, so it was gonna allow me to get it more elevated than I normally do with a 5-iron. Plus, hitting uphill, you need to get it a little higher, but no, that's on middle of the green. This could be the steal of the century for a birdie right here for me. My steal of the century. So, Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Grind, grind, grind. All right, there's, got an uphill putt at it. Let's steal one here, folks. Let's steal one. Ah, let's hit it. We'll never know now if I had the line or not. All right, I didn't steal a birdie, but I will say this. I felt like I stole a par there. Hitting a, not a bad tee ball, but it was a little wayward to the right. You're playing on a course with trees and everything. I'm going to have to punch out. But this hole, I find that it's so wide open looking that I tend to, I tend to swing as hard. I don't swing as easy freely, but yeah. So on this hole here, par 3, it's going to be 200 yards out, downhill at least. That helps, and the pin's up front. All right, it's from the card saying like 189, but it's into the wind slightly to the left. This ain't gonna be the best visual for a shot tracer because I'm at the back of the tee box. All right, 189. It's in, but it's to the left. It's not really like, it's not blowing right at our face. I'm gonna go with the 5-iron. Come on, wind. Take it left further. I think I'm on the back fringe, or not the back fringe, but the middle of the green fringe. Man, I played for that wind to bring it a little further left, and it did at the end. So either I had a little push slice on it, or I just started it too far right. I don't know. I'm not a pro, but it's on the fringe. I have a putt at it. Let's get this par here and get off this par 3 from that distance. All right, she is gonna be downhill, especially past the pin, it looks like. Oh man. I thought there was gonna come off the shoulder of that bunker more. All right, if you would have asked me at the beginning of this round, through 3 of the par 3s, if I could be 1 over, then I'd take it. Because to me, from these tees, but especially any skill level of golfer, the par 3s are some of the key holes to have a lower score. Par 5s as well, because if you can birdie those, that's the pros pretty much look at the par 5s. If it's par 72, like this course, they're going to say their par is 68, so they need to shoot lower than that 68. All right, see if I can birdie this and get back to even Steven. So I'd say something cool about playing these back tee boxes because it gives you a different view of the golf course. Like up at my blue tee boxes up here to the left, I know that taller tree in the distance is a good aiming point. Here, I don't know if you can see it in the background there. There's a bunker out there, so that's kind of going to be my aiming point from this tee box. Just gonna be in the right rough. Gosh, it's 2 in a row, not getting through it. Gosh. That was not the drive I needed to have it. I can't get to this green at 2 from that yardage, but to get further down the fairway to have a wedge in hand. And I'm not gonna be able to do that from that tee box and as poorly as I hit that to the right. But it's gonna be in the right rough. I'll be able to get it down there, maybe to the 100-yard marker and wedge in from there. But I'm talking being able to have like what I had on 13, a pitch shot in. So let's see. All right, there's my ball there. Just gonna try to get it past the 150 marker before that bunker on the left there. All right, I'm gonna use this 6-iron. Try to get it to about 130 out-ish. You can't go rough to rough, dum-dum. Okay, I think I can see the ball. Doesn't look like too bad of a lie. Even with the zoom in here, you're gonna barely be able to see this pin. It's a white pin, middle of green. All right, folks, it's about 140. I'm gonna go with the pitching wedge and just see if I can fly it to the front middle, and hopefully it has a little bit of release out of this rough. Just give myself a look at birdie. All right, we'll see when we get up there. All right, folks, I didn't hit it hard enough. There was more wind up there than I thought. So here's what I got left. I'll put this behind the flag. I really didn't come up and look where this pin was at. I fell in love with the white flag thinking it was gonna be right in here. That's close to being back pin placement. All right, get her close enough, tap in par. Stress-free, hopefully. Barely got that one in there. Didn't give myself a chance for a birdie on that par 5. A worthy chance. So, last 2 holes here. This is the par 3. That's the narrow green. That was a white pin placement, so it's either yellow or tips. I can't remember the rotation we've been having today, so getting ready to drive up on it now, and I'll let you know. Yep, it's a back pin placement, so it's going to make this even further for me. But when you just play to the middle of the green, you'll be all right. That should be my strategy most of the time anyway, even from the 6,500 yard tees. As you saw with the flyover, that's the most I can zoom in though on this, but you already saw the hole. All right, to that pin, it's 202. I got the 5-iron. Trying to get to the middle of this green, and I'm into the wind to the right. Come on, wind, bring it back right, just like that. Hold it. I couldn't see it down, but man, that felt great. All right, let's see where this one ended up when we got up, but bloopers. Let's see where this one ends up once I get up here. Okay, it looks like it's middle left of the green. I have a little shoulder of the bunker that I have to putt up and over, so this is gonna be a testy one for me, I must say. But I am super excited of how well I've hit my long irons today. That was my fear coming into making this video, not making an ass of myself with hitting bad long iron shots, because I knew I was going to have these 5 and 6 irons and 7 irons in. So I'm excited how well I hit them today. Let's see if I can cash in and get a par on this one. All right, let's see if you can see the perspective of this hump. I got to putt over, and then this pin is in a treacherous spot, but I'm on the green. Got to putt for birdie. Quit bitching. Yep, I'm gonna have to come way up here. So yeah, here's probably what happened. The ball mark's right here. Here's the ball. Ball mark's here. Probably went up there and came back down. All I need was it to release up and go in the hole, for Christ's sake. Then I'd be 1 under. Fix your ball marks, folks. Fix another one if you see it. Good golf karma. Hold down. Woo! Left me a tester here, folks. All right. Looks like right edge. Hit it, Steve! You son of a gun. Oh, man. Ah, man, darn it. I just didn't pace that one. I was afraid of blasting it too far behind, and then I'd have a longer putt coming back. Oh, man. Love of the game, man. Love of the game. All right, 18th hole, 2 over, and it's because of the par 3s. So let's see how I can do here on the 18th hole. All right, folks, secret weapon on this hole. It's the only second time ever hitting it. All right, good drive to end the round. And because of the tips, I'll be back far enough from these trees to get a wedge up and over. Because if I'm playing from the blue tees, you get it too far down there where this pin's at, it's front right, and you have to play out to the left, and you're not giving yourself a chance for birdie. So again, the back tees can be good for you as well. Yeah, you might have some longer clubs in. In this case, I'm probably going to have a pitching wedge because of the pin placements up front and the ability to spin it back a little bit. I'm out of the rough, so let's see what we come up with, though, when we get up here. I don't know if you can see it up over that hump. I'm raising it. We have 132 to that pin. All right, 132. It's a little downwind. Got the pitching wedge. That might have spun back off the green. I hit it to the right of that pin. I didn't get that one started far enough left, because if it hits left of the pin, past the hole, it's going to spin back towards the hole. So this one, nope, it didn't spin off. I kind of sawed it off, as you saw in the swing, so took some of the spin off. No, it's going to be a tough birdie putt here, but I got a birdie putt. So, all right, not a bad leave. There's where the ball mark's at, and it spun to the right. It's got some pretty good break to this. Let's see if I can steal one. The 18th hole steal right here, folks. It still spun right with that, the fade and the wind bringing it this way. I don't think I would have had enough to spin it back to the hole even if I landed it over there, but let's steal one here. Been saying it all around, and luckily I still have one more chance at it. Similar putt I just had on 17 here. All right, I want a second chance guy this one. I knew I got to climb the hill, but I was afraid of it just when it loses its pace, it's going to sweep to the left. And run off like that. Not bad, but... All right, folks, thanks for watching. If you stayed this long. My Monday qualifier for the Korn Ferry Tour video. Today is Mother's Day, Sunday, and I just wanted to get out here and film something different, especially from the tips, test my game, test my long irons like I did. So overall, I'm pleased with shooting 2 over with my skill level, my ability. I left some shots out there probably, but I also saved one on 12. I also think I had another hole that I saved a stroke. So a lot of times golf evens itself out in that regard. But yeah, I had fun. It was fun just out here early in the morning like that, filming the content. And then I'm going to post at the end of this video what the Korn Ferry Tour qualifiers, what they shot and where I would have finished. So I'll put a leaderboard out there and then show you where I would have finished if I did play. Anyway, I'm on duty, so I wouldn't have tried, but at least I would come out here and watch Jordan, our pro, try to qualify. So good luck to you, Jordan. I know you're going to see this video after the fact, but hey, I'm putting it out there in the Golf Karma airwaves, and hopefully he can shoot well enough to play it in a the Korn Ferry Advent Health tournament here in Kansas City at Blue Hills Country Club. Also, put out in the good vibes, Robert Streb. We're going to be doing a video with him sometime this golf season. Played at K-States, won twice on the PGA Tour. He's now on the Korn Ferry Tour, so good luck to him. Good golf karma for him. Yeah, anyway, love you all. Stay self-aware. Hope you enjoyed this type of video with the cart talks and testing my game from the tips. Anyway, love y'all. All right, here's the qualifiers from the Korn Ferry qualifier at Falcon Lakes. You see 3 people at 7 under, tied for first, and then there was a 3-person playoff for 1 spot at 6 under. You're going to see here, my +2 would have been tied for 45th. That just goes to show you how good these guys are that are trying to make it on these tours. So yeah, congrats to them. 7 under, 3 of them, and then the 4 that qualified total. So, and then right here, Jordan and Ben Haddon, that you guys know from Good and his own YouTube channel, they didn't play so well, and that happens. 8 over and 9 over there, 53rd and 54th. So those boys, Jordan and Ben, could beat me 9 out of 10 times. They just had a bad day, and that's golf. Jordan, I've played with him, and he would have smoked me the day we played in our Kansas City Cup match. And I've seen Ben play on his YouTube channel, and he would smoke me, like I said, most of the time. That's just golf. They had a bad day, but at least they tried. So good luck to them in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love y'all. Take care.